Hey Storytimers, welcome to Storytime at the Neill-Cochran House Museum. I'm your storyteller, Karen. So did you know this weekend it's Flag Day? Flag Day is all about celebrating flags, which is why I brought you to the front of the house. I wanted you to see the two flags that we fly over our front door every single day. The flag of the United States and the state flag of Texas. You know, there are so many flags all over the world. All of them are different and all of them represent different groups of people. But at the end of the day, I think they all say the same thing. They represent unity. They represent groups, people coming together and being together. And during this period right now, I think that's really important. I'm sure many of you have heard about all the divisiveness that's going on in our community right now and from various people hurting. So I think Flag Day falls at a special time this year because it's an opportunity for us to realize that we don't have to be so separate, that we don't have to be divided up into separate groups. I think Flag Day is an opportunity for us to recognize that we can all come together and be together as one, as opposed to being so divisive. After all, isn't that what a flag is all about? A representation of who we are as a group? But how do we do that? Well, there's a lot of ways we could achieve it. But ultimately, I think it comes down simply to kindness. And that brings us to our story for today. So if you're ready, let's head to our storytime place. Here we are, back in the parlor. So as I mentioned, today's story is all about kindness. It's something that I feel like we're kind of missing these days. I'm sure you've all heard at least a little bit of the news and have seen what's going on. And maybe just a little kindness could help. So today's story is just that. Be kind. It's all about a little girl who tries to understand what exactly it means to be kind. So let's get started. Get nice and comfortable. Grab a blanket. And here we go. Be Kind by Pat Zietlow Miller. Illustrated by Jen Hill. Dedication to two of the kindest people I know, my sister Pam Wells and my friend Ellen Lawrence, PZM. To my mom and dad, JH. Tanisha spilled grape juice yesterday, all over her new dress. Everyone laughed. I almost did too. But my mom always tells me to be kind, so I tried. I don't think it worked. I said, "Purple is my favorite color." I thought Tanisha would smile, but she ran into the hall instead. When she came back, snack time was over. She put on her art smock and didn't look at anyone. I almost told Tanisha that art was my favorite class, but I didn't want her to leave again. So I painted purple splotches and added some green until I had a bunch of beautiful violets. While I painted, I thought about Tanisha. Should I have handed her my napkin? Let her borrow my sweatshirt? Spilled my juice so everyone stared at me instead? What does it mean to be kind anyway? Maybe it's giving, making cookies for Mr. Rinaldi who lives alone. Letting someone with smaller feet have my too tight shoes. He might win races in them too. Maybe it's helping, putting dirty dishes in the sink. Cleaning up after Otis, our class guinea pig. He's a messy eater. Maybe it's paying attention, telling Desmond I like his blue boots. Asking the new girl to be my partner. Listening to Aunt Franny's stories, even the ones I've heard before. Being kind should be easy, like throwing away a wrapper, or recycling a bottle, or saying, "Thank you, bless you." My mom says the quickest way to be kind is to use people's names. Hey Kayla, what's new, Omar? Good afternoon, Rabbi Mandelbaum. Being kind can be hard too, even when you know what to do. Teaching someone something I'm good at is tricky, even when I'm patient. And sticking up for someone when other kids aren't kind is really hard and really scary. Maybe I can't solve Tanisha's grape juice problem. Maybe all I can do is sit by her in art class and paint this picture for her because I know she likes purple too. Maybe I can only do small things, but my small things might join small things other people do, and together they could grow into something big. Something really big, so big that our kindnesses spill out of our school, spread throughout town, travel across the country, and go all the way around the world. Right back to Tanisha and me, so we can be kind again and again and again. The end. This is such a simple story. It's a story of just doing something kind for another person. Just opening your heart up and recognizing that someone's hurting. Right now, there are people hurting, and we should be kind to them. We need to be kind to them. That's how we live up to what our flag represents: a land of freedom, a land of unity. But it's not a land of freedom and unity for one group of people. It's for all people. So remember that and be kind. So if you want to learn more about flags, this weekend here at the Neill-Cochran House Museum, we're actually going to have our own special Sunday Fun Day Flag Day. We'll have different stations set out outside so that you can make your own flags. You can make a recreation of the American flag or the Texas flag, or create an own flag for your group of friends. Something that you can keep and take home with you. Something to help celebrate the day and enjoy a lovely Texas afternoon. The tables will be set outside and socially distanced to make sure that the stations are far apart so that you can stay safe. We do request that while you are on the grounds, even though that it's outside, that you do wear your mask. We will also be making the event available virtually so that if you can't attend, you can go and watch the video on how to make your own flag right from the comfort of your own home. If you're interested in this event or any other events, or even just want to keep up to date about what's going on at the Neill-Cochran House Museum, then I encourage you to send your parents to nchmuseum.org and sign up for our email list. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll never miss an episode of Storytime. Until then, be kind to each other, and I'll see you next week. See you later, Storytimers. Right now, people are hurting, and it's our responsibility and our duty to listen to them and be kind.